Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Listen, St. Patrick's Day is always about corned beef and cabbage. But corned beef and cabbage is such a great dish that you don't have to just limit it to St. Patrick's Day. But St. Patrick's Day is the day that you want to get it because in the supermarket it's on sale anywhere from maybe $2.99 a pound to $4.99 a pound, which it's extremely expensive. The other alternative would be to make your own. I don't like using slow cookers, crock pots, whatever you want to call them, Instapots. So I'm going to sort of put something together on the fly here. I'm going to use a Dutch oven. I'm going to use some beer. And it's going to be a very, very long process. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope you make it on other days other than St. Patrick's Day. Here I have a... this is, I don't know, maybe 3 pounds, 4 pounds. I soaked it and changed the water several times overnight. Soak it for a couple hours, change the water, soak it for a couple hours, change the water. I'm going to pat that dry. I'm going to use 2 onions. One I'm going to put in when I braise the corned beef, and the other I'm going to put in when I do the rest of the vegetables. Potatoes. I'm using red potatoes. I'm using 6 kind of small. I'm going to use some celery. Celery again. I'm going to put half in when I braise, and I'm going to put half in when I put the rest of the vegetables. If you have a big head of cabbage, that's fine. They had small, so I'm putting 2 small in. I'm going to put in some baby carrots, only because they're already cut up. That's less prep, just got to wash them. Some coriander seed. And I'm going to put in some prepared mustard when I braise it. I don't know. I'm just trying it. Bay leaves. And yeah. So let's put this together. Okay, so I got a large Dutch oven here. I'm gonna take my corned beef, put it in there. Beer. Yes, beer. And I'm gonna use Blue Moon. I'm just gonna, that's 1 bottle. I want it to come up a little bit more than that, so I'll put in another bottle. And that's good. And then the rest for me. All right. We're going to take that prepared mustard here. I think it's called prepared mustard. This is old style mustard. So this is like grain mustard, I guess. And we're going to spoon that on top. Oh shoot, I need another spoon. I contaminated. I can't stick it back in the jar. Okay, so then I'll do this. Just pour it on, and then I press it down with that other spoon. Yeah, once you've like touched your meat or something with something, you don't want to stick it back in. And you'll notice when you make a sandwich and you put mayonnaise on it, we do that quite often. I've noticed that the other day I was making a sandwich. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me. I don't want to overdo it. Hopefully that'll form a nice crust. All right, now I'm just going to take that 1 onion that I quartered, and I'm just going to put that in here. And that some celery, and I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of coriander seeds right on top. All right. And I forgot to mention, and I forgot to do, that your oven should be preheating at 325. So I'm gonna, even though it hasn't preheated, I'm gonna stick this in, and I think I'm gonna put this in for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours before I even check on it. While that's going, I'm just going to wash the potatoes. I'm going to keep the skins on them, and I'm going to wash and wedge the cabbage. Okay, so I checked it earlier, and I decided to go 3 hours. It's been in there for 3 hours. Now let's take a look. Okay, most of that liquid has cooked out. A little bit in there. All right, I'm going to add, let's see, that was about a cup of water. There goes the carrots, celery, potatoes, that onion. I forgot to chop it up. So you notice I put those potatoes in whole. They're smaller, so that'll be fine. All right, cabbage. I wedged the cabbage and I left the core in. Normally you don't want to cook the core, but this will keep the wedges intact and make it easier for serving. So I'm going to put this has been washed. I'm going to put all this cabbage in here. I'll put a bay leaf. I'm gonna put, when you buy corned beef, this is in there. We're gonna open this. We're gonna sprinkle that on top of the cabbage. And you noticed I didn't put any salt in it. I'm afraid to over salt it. So I put a couple extra coriander seeds. I'm going to cover this and put it right back in. Now, if you don't have a Dutch oven like this, you know, use one of those disposable pans, disposable aluminum pans, and cover it with aluminum foil. Okay, so I'm going to let that cook for a couple more hours until everything is cooked and tender. I'll probably check on it in about an hour to see how it looks and if I need to add more liquid. If I add more liquid, I think it's going to be a beer. Okay, so this went for about an hour. And this is what we have. So the potatoes are soft. I didn't have to put any liquid other than the initial liquid I put in there. So time to serve this up. Okay, there you have it. Corned beef and cabbage. Not done in a slow cooker or Instapot or whatever the hell they are. This is just an old-fashioned Dutch oven. I cut it. It's real tender. Not falling apart. It's still a little firm, which is fine with me. Yeah, so now I'm going to dig in. I hope you like this. Until next time. John Campo, the Not So Neat Chef. Bye.